I guess what's your end goal with this? Like, are you like, yeah, what's your end goal with it?
I think before I was honestly scared to say what it was because I didn't want to fail, but I would like this to be my full-time career. Like, I don't see why not. Other people do it. Why can't I?
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, like just like continue it growing, get brand deals so I can afford to like live off of this, and like I would love to travel with it.
Yeah.
How cool would that be?
Absolutely.
Just travel the world and talk to cool people and learn their life stories.
For sure.
So that's like, that would be end goal. I remember growing up, pop stars, how they can travel the world and do what they love. I always loved that, but I'm like, I can't sing.
Right.
So maybe podcasting.
Yeah. I mean, you have like the energy, you know what I mean? Like you're very bubbly and like.
Yeah. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Butterfly Effect Podcast. My name's Liana, your host, and today I'm joined by Joey.
Oh, thank you for having me. I appreciate that.
Thank you for being here. What an honor.
I'm excited.
So, you are the owner and the founder, everything, creative director.
Absolutely.
Of Palma Nayar.
Palma Nayar.
I'm sorry. So sorry.
No, everyone does that. Everyone does that.
That's so beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
We're going to dive deep into that today.
Yeah, let's do it.
I just want to start with first, though, who are you? Where were you born?
Right.
Where were you brought up? Like, what was like your early childhood life? And then I want us to grow into where you are today.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I think I'm going to take it back to like my parents, right? My parents are from Mexico, you know, classic like Mexican like story. You know, my dad had to quit school, 6th grade, work construction.
6th grade.
It's crazy, right? So work construction, like real construction too, not just like putting like little shit together, but just to feed the family, you know what I mean? So he came to California, basically the U.S. for a better life. You know, it's like, I got to do something better. I don't see anything coming out of like where I'm at now.
Yeah.
So he goes to California, meets my mom.
Oh, okay.
You know, I'm in the process of being born, and they're like, hey, you know what? California's cool, but there's so much like gang-related stuff going on. Like, it's expensive. There's just so much going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we need a better place. So my uncle, he was working in Minnesota at a factory, and they're like, let's just go with my uncle. It's Minnesota. It's a great place to live. It's a great place to raise a family. So they came over here. Born in South St. Paul, grew up there a little bit, then moved to Egan, lived in Vegas for a little bit, lived in Cali.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, so I lived in Vegas with my aunt a little bit, then we moved to Cali with my grandma for a little bit, and then back to Minnesota.
So, where's home to you? Like, no matter where you live right now, where's home? Like,
Minnesota.
Minnesota's home?
Yeah.
Why do you say that out of all the places?
It just feels right, man. Like,
Doesn't
it feels good, yeah.
That's what I think, too, because I went to Chicago after college for a little bit, and I loved it. It was so exciting. But coming back to Minnesota, I was like, oh, yeah. This is home base.
Yeah, absolutely.
I get it.
And I've always told myself, like, I want to go to Chicago or, like, New York or L.A. or Texas for, like, just to advance the brand. But honestly, like, I'd rather just stay here and like be with the people that I love and like family and friends.
Yeah, that's what it's all about at the end of the day. And you can still travel and like there's so much flexibility. Like you can rent a house for a month there. Exactly. Like it doesn't have to be permanent. And that's like where the mindset I'm trying to get out of.
Yeah.
Because I just think of everything. You have to have your life plan and stick to it.
Right.
And I kind of want to talk about that with you today too, because coming from a parent or parents who worked so hard to get to where they're at, did they have expectations of you of where you should go or what like you should go to school for?
Man, that's the biggest thing with like, you know, like immigrant or not immigrant, but like Hispanic families, like they work hard. Like my dad had to fucking, like I said, leave school, middle school, whatever it was, to work. And he's just like, I came to the U.S. without knowing English, without a fucking dollar in my pocket.
Oh my gosh.
And I need you to go to college to be able to like be better than what I am. You know what I mean? So it's just hard. Yeah, so much pressure, man.
And you're the firstborn?
Firstborn, yeah. Firstborn.
I
so
get that.
much
Me
fucking,
too.
Yeah, dude, it's fun.
Me too. And my dad's Liberian, so he had not the same situation, but similar. He came here when he was 16.
Okay.
And so he has like Liberian parents, African parents also
so
have high expectations.
That,
yes.
Right.
But like I can't imagine being in 6th grade, like having to stop. Then you just have to raise a family after that and like figure it out.
Yeah.
Did you end up going to college?
I went for a little bit. I went for a year for business, but I don't know. I could never get into it. I just never did it.
I have my thoughts on this. Do you think college is necessary?
Yeah, I think it is if you're gonna be like a doctor or like a nurse or something like that. But if you're going to do something else, I think networking is more important. Meeting the right people. You know what I mean?
I agree. No, I am 100% in agreement. Like, yes, if you're going to be a doctor, you're cutting people open.
Yeah.
Please go to school.
Right. Absolutely.
Please know what you're doing. If you're flying a plane with passengers.
100%.
Go to school.
Exactly.
But like, looking back at where I am now, I went to school for community psychology and marketing. Ironically, it does play out kind of in what I do. Because I'm like talking to people and understanding people and 100%. Then like marketing my stuff.
Right.
It's beneficial, but was it necessary?
Right.
No.
Right. No. For sure.
So you went to school, and then you dropped out. What was that conversation like? Not dropped. You stopped.
Yeah.
Chose something different.
yeah. So I dropped out. Obviously, they weren't happy about it, but I mean, I was whatever age at that point, 20 or whatever, and they're like, "Well, you're a grown man, so you can do whatever you want." So after that, I think I started working at Wings Financial. So I was like a personal teller there. And then after that, I left that to grow weed in Michigan.
Yeah.
That's when my parents were like, "Why are you doing that?"
I came here in 6th grade.
To grow weed for a few years with my guy Damar. I love that guy, by the way. You should actually interview him at some point.
Damar, let's talk.
Please. Great guy, great. You'd love him.
Okay.
But grew weed with him, came back, and then I actually started designing hats. Like, this is a hat that I designed. And that shit blew up. And then I got into some trouble with that, copyright infringement, lawsuits, shit like that. And then now here I am.
Wow. Yeah. Okay, let's dive in a little deeper. So how did you get into the weed growing business? That is so cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
I think it's just like any other person. You want to make more money. You're trying to be better. So my boy Damar, he hit me up once. He's like, "Hey, you want to grab some lunch?" And I'm like, "Yeah, hell yeah, let's do it." So we grabbed lunch, and he was like, "Hey, like, my dream is to become like the best weed grower."
I love that.
And I'm like, "Okay, dope. Like, what about it? You know?" And he was like, "Well, I bought this house in Michigan, and I wanted to see if you want to be my partner." And I'm like, "Cool. Like, yeah, let's do it." And then I just quit my job and did that for a few years.
And sometimes you have to do that. You just have to take a chance, and like, you don't know where it's gonna lead.
Exactly.
You don't know where it's gonna pan out, but you just have to like try it. Yeah. Because that's what 100%. Life's about.
Yeah. Even if you fail, I feel like it's worth it, man. As long as it's something that like you believe in and you want to do it, why not?
That I love that, because that's what I always try to tell myself, because I have this like fear of being perfect. There's no way to be perfect, first of all. Yeah. But like, failing is so important. It really is. It builds character. Absolutely. You learn exactly what not to do 100%. If you're taking it seriously, and you learn from your lesson. It's like there's nothing. It's only happening for your greater good. Right. And pushing you forward.
100%.
So when you think about things that way, it makes trying new stuff less scary.
Yeah, 100%. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing with like relationships. Like, yeah, you might think you might have wasted like a year or two off your life, but like you learned a lot through that process, and you put that to like the next relationship.
So real.
You know what I mean?
I needed to hear that. Yeah. Turn it up.
This is all the same thing, just different like topics or different things.
Yeah, so. Like a key principle that applies to everything.
Absolutely.
Did you learn it from that book, The 4 Agreements?
Probably. I've read so many fucking books like that I love. That's a great book, by the way.
I know. Maybe get him on. Is he still alive?
Yeah, for real. That'd be fire.
Shoot for the stars, you know? What was I was going to say, when you stopped going to school, did you have a plan, or what was your deciding factor? You're like, I just can't do this.
Nah, I was just like, a fucking kid, I guess. I was just smoking weed, like, didn't have nothing planned. I'm just like, I'm not doing the school shit. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like,
you weren't going for you.
Yeah, it's more so
going
like
for your parents.
Exactly. So
I was like that too. Like, I never had a choice. I was the firstborn. My parents like, you're going to college, because they were convinced that like going to school is a way that you change your life, and for some it is. Yeah, it's not. It really is not for a lot of people. Like, people spend so much money and then end up in a degree or a job that's nothing to do with their degree.
Absolutely, and then they have a bunch of debt.
Exactly. Like, So, but I was really into cheerleading, and so that kept me on track and helped me get my degree. If it wasn't for that, honestly, like if I didn't have that, I would have just been partying. I don't know what I would have been, where I'd be right now.
For sure.
So honestly, I could see myself not finishing too. So, but anyways, you did that. You started working with Damar. Damar, he'll be on.
Next guest. Doing the hats, that was going great. Like I said, that shit blew up like I've never imagined, right? Everybody was buying it. I had people lined up, hundreds of people lined up at the Mall of America.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. It's crazy. It was dope. So that happened. Do this photo shoot, a basketball inspired photo shoot, and I had like in the photo, I had the basketball and the logo was showing, right? The Wilson logo, the basketball. So posted that up, and then it's like 5 hours later, like they call me and they're like, hey, like you got to take that shit down now. That's copyright infringement, yada, yada, yada. So we take it down. Their account gets they restrict their account. So they can't sell hats no more. I can't work with any other store like that anymore. And I'm like, well, like that was my full-time job. You know what I mean? And
what a roller coaster.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
Because it was such a high.
Yeah, that's the thing. We were doing like real numbers, like thousands of hats a week. Like people in LA are doing that shit, you know?
What? Just because you have a good community around you?
Just because they were good hats, good designs, and the resale value. Like these hats were selling for, you buy them for $50 and resell them for $200-$300, you know? $150 to $300 to $400. So people are coming in, one, to buy the hat to wear it, but two, to make money, you know?
Wow, that's like a whole side business that my brain didn't even know about.
That's what I'm saying. Like there was just so much money into it. So it just blew up. Like I had people from New York drive for their drop, people from Texas.
Wow. I
probably sold to at least every state.
What does having that type of like influence feel like?
That's dope. Yeah. But I was like just super like I should have taken more advantage of it, but I was just super humble with it. I didn't you know what I mean? Like
I think that's how you should be.
Yeah.
I think when people their ego gets too high, like for me, it deters me away from like wanting to support them, and maybe that's wrong. But like I love someone who's like, I just do this for the love of it. I'm grateful for everything, all the support I have.
Yeah, that's exactly how it was. Yeah. Which is a good thing.
Yes. So. But how can you take me through when you got that phone call? Like, what did you feel like?
Man, I felt like shit. I was like, fuck, bro. Like, I fucked up.
And what did you do? Because your parents, it's not like your parents have been through this before. Yeah. Who do you go to for advice?
I just called my boy Steve. I called him, and I was, I'm like, Steve, bro, like, I fucked up. And he's like, damn, well, there's nothing you can do. Just, hope for the best. And, like, whatever happens, happens. So, the owner of the store owed me a bunch of money. He owed me a decent amount of money.
Okay, yeah.
And he was just like, well, since you lost my account and I can't hire you or you can't work for me anymore, I can't pay you for what I owe you. And I was just like, bro, I need that money. Like, that's
my livelihood.
That's a lot. Yeah, exactly. I need to pay rent. I need to pay bills. Like, that's because I got paid quarterly. So he owed me for a quarter of the year. So whatever that was, I was like, I need that shit. Right.
Oh my, it's so scary. And that was all you were doing at the time?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like,
oh my gosh.
I depend on that check every 3 months.
Yeah,
like,
been there.
Yeah.
That's really scary. And that's one thing, like, I like talking about. That's why I serve right now, because I'm just not at a point where this is funding me. Yeah. When I first opened, I opened this like social media strategy business, like when I first moved back to Minnesota. And cool. I just like really believed in myself, which is cool. But now, being through that, I almost like got evicted because there was not enough money coming in securely and like to live the life that I was living. And I was like, I really have to get my together. Like, you don't realize it till you're like, oh, shit, I'm like living off of this. And like, it just adds so much stress.
It does.
And for me, it took away from creating. Yeah. Did that affect you at all?
Absolutely. How
long did it take you to recover?
Like, I'm barely getting back into it now, but it probably took like a year.
Because this happened last year, right?
This happened last.
Was our mutual friend in these shots?
I think it was a year and a half ago, but yes.
Yes. Okay, I know what shoot. Those were so cool, too. No, those were really smart. Oh, shit. I know. I'm sorry.
I was pissed, but everything happens for a reason. Yeah. There had to have been some type of reason or something why it happened.
You had to learn it. Yeah. You're going to do something bigger, and now you're going to be prepared for it this time.
100%.
And maybe Wilson will want to work with you.
Exactly. I'll reach out to him and see what happens.
Those photos were fly. Can we use them? Like, that's how they should have approached it.
I know.
Losers. Like, they did not need that money. What?
100%.
Oh, that stuff annoys me so much.
So that happened, and then I was just talking to Steve. I'm like, bro, like, what should I do? Like, what do you think we can do? And we've always been really close with like clothing. Like, that's how we connect. You know what I mean? Like, the first time I met Steve, we traded shoes. This was in like 4th grade or 5th grade or something like that.
Guys did that?
Yeah.
That's cute. Girls did that.
Bro, like, I saw he had the dunks, and I'm like, those are fire. He saw I had like the Jordan, like, I forgot what they were, like some mix or some shit. But he's like, yo, I fuck with those. I'm like, let's swap, let's trade. And then we traded. And then just been cool ever since.
So you traded just for the day? No, for like an outfit? Indefinitely. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So we traded. And then just been cool ever since. We bond through like clothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we were talking with him and my other guy, Dallas. and we're like, we should start a brand. Like, why don't we start a brand? It was us three, and then we started this brand called Park. So we were starting that, and then not trying to bash Dallas, but he wasn't like designing anything. He wasn't giving like input, doing stuff. So me and Steve were like, well, we got to cut him out. Like, he's not doing anything. He has like the idea, but he's not putting the work behind it. So we cut him out, and then it was just me and Steve. And then we're like, well, we should switch the name. Then we don't want to use Park. Let's do something else. Came up with Palma, and then Steve is like like I go to him for a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
that's your
advice.
person. Yeah, that's cool.
Advice and like he helps out with designs. Like I'll send him like a design of like what I'm thinking, and then he'll give me feedback and be like, yo, like this is dope, but I think you should do this.
Cool.
And then
that's
I'm like,
so important.
Yeah. And then I'll be like, well, I like that, but I don't like this. Change this. And then he'll change it, and then we'll just both like create the fucking design.
I love that. When you find that person you can really just bounce off of, and you know it's not like they mean well, they're not being like critical in a rude way or anything, like you just trust them. Oh, that's so important to have 100%. In your corner.
And that's how I feel about like Diana. She's my photographer for everything. And I swear by her. You know what I mean? I don't go to anybody else but her.
I love that loyalty. Yeah.
And I love it because she has a good heart, man. She's such a sweetheart. She has a good heart. Like she's not. Everything is genuine with her. So I'm like, you know what? I gotta keep her around. You know. So she'll like, I'll send her ideas, and she'll be like, yo, I like that, but you should do this. And I'm like, okay, maybe we should do that. Like I'll with that, and then we just do it.
What I like about what you're saying is like you're not afraid. Like some people, myself included, like for a while I just was like, I need to keep this to myself and control every aspect that I wouldn't ask for input. And that's so important to do. Like, it's like an ego thing or a pride thing.
You think so?
For me.
Okay.
Or not intentionally. Like, I just think subconsciously. Or maybe I'm, like, afraid that they're going to be like, this sucks. I don't know. Yeah. But, like, I think it's so important to have people around you that can help you build the vision. It's not supposed 100%. To be just one person. Like, it's important to have other input.
Yeah, and sometimes it hurts. Like, I'll tell Steve, like, yo, what do you think about this? And he'll be like, bro, that's shit. And
See,
I'm like,
that's what?
Fuck. I'm like, damn. I'm like, really?
I think that's... But who cares?
Yeah, it hurts, but I need to hear that kind of shit.
Would you rather put it out and be like, that was boof?
Exactly.
Oh, that's so... No, that's... I'm going to let that one sink in because I need to do more of that. And I think I've gotten better, but...
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you get inspired for your designs? Yeah. Like, you work with Steve, obviously Steve and you.
Right, yeah, it's my boy. Really just, like, we just base it off of, like, what we fuck with. Like, anything that we think is cool or that we do in our daily lives or, like, anything that has to do with what we like, we just put it in a design.
That's so cool. Yeah, that's kind of what I do with my podcast. I'm like, oh, that's interesting.
Exactly. So
that's cool. Yeah. What you said that you're really into fashion and style. When has that started? Like back in 4th grade, you said, when you're swapping shoes?
Yeah, I think so. I remember like my earliest memory that I have was I think it was like my birthday or something like that. And I was at the mall with my dad, and he's like, yeah, pick a shoe. You know, he's like, pick a shoe, whatever you want. I'm like, okay, cool. He's like, it just can't be too expensive. I'm like, all right, cool. So I picked this Jordan 1. I'm like, man, this shit's so cool. Let me get this one. And fuck, what happened? It was something like, I remember being sad because he couldn't afford it. And he's just like, I can't do this one. Like, you can do this one. And I'm like, fuck, bro. I'm like, something about, I think it was like an adult shoe. And like the price, like, I don't know, the price was just too high. It was just a sad memory. But that was like the first real memory I have of like fashion or any type of like, anything regarding that.
I swear every creative has a story like that.
Yeah.
And that's like that was your like inception story of your style. Because when you have a documentary one day, you're gonna have a reenactment of that scene. And then it's gonna end with you buying that shoe for your dad.
Type, exactly.
Oh, it's sad, but that's real.
Cool. Yeah, it just happens. I think it happens to a lot of us, you know.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I, like, growing up, name brands, I wish I could afford to wear that stuff. Like, I grew up in very predominantly white areas where everyone was wearing it.
Yeah.
I was lucky if I could get Aeropostale.
Yeah, exactly.
So I get that. I relate.
I feel that. I remember wanting, like, Hollister and Abercrombie, but, like, Aeropostale was cheaper.
Yep, I have that little fur hood. For sure. Is there any styles that you just give you the ick when you see it? You're like, why are you wearing that?
Yeah, I don't like I don't know if you've seen it, but like ATL, like super tight skinny jeans with like big ass like Balenciaga runners and like.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's just
and the jacket, like the Montclair jacket.
Yeah, that big ass like puffer jacket or the bubble
very
jacket.
Chicago.
Yeah. So that's not my style. But honestly, like everyone has their own style. You can't judge anyone else.
So everyone, and it's supposed to be that way. Yeah, that's how the world goes around.
Exactly, that's what style is your own fucking thing. So, or shiesties, I don't know how I feel about shiesties.
They maybe I'm ignorant. They scare me. Why are you trying to cover your whole face like that? Like, we are just at Denny's. Why are you have a skin mask?
I'm like, why are you wearing that, bro? Like,
people wear it for just fashion, for real.
Yeah. I was working with one of my guys because I'm also a subcontractor, and we were out in Boston, and it was his first time working with us. And he pulls up in a shiesty, and I'm like, bro, you're in the airport. Why are you wearing a shiesty right now? We're in the airport. We're hopping on a Delta flight. Like, people are looking at you weird, bro. Like,
very scared.
Yeah.
very scary.
But it's like, whatever. I mean,
to each their own.
Yeah. If that's like what you want to do, then I guess.
It was funny because on a previous episode, me and my friend Megan were talking about just like reading the room with what you wear. Like, wear what you want. Nobody cares about that. But sometimes there's appropriate places, like people wearing like the mini short bodycon dresses to like Applebee's.
Right.
Like, no. There's kids here.
Absolutely. 100%.
I don't need to see your labia. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Exactly.
So yeah, I can relate to that one. One thing that I'm working on, and it's like, I go through burnout. Our creative processes are a little different, like, because you're creating a product, and like, you're not producing every single week. Or maybe you can, I don't know. But like, for this, I have to stay on a schedule, and sometimes I like get burnt out, and like, it's like, how do you balance living life and then creating and staying motivated and staying disciplined?
Man, it's fucking hard.
Isn't it?
I'm still trying to figure that out, because when I'm in that like creative block where I can't create shit, I don't know, I gotta figure out something to like really like snap me out of it, because I hate that. I just got out of one recently, actually. And it just took some time. It just took like a few weeks. I'm like, you know what? I need to get back on it. I know consistency is really key in like anything. So I just gotta hop back on it and just do it. So I think it just takes time for me. You know, sometimes it'll take a week or 2 weeks, but get back on it.
But you just give yourself that space to like live life.
Oh yeah. So still trying to figure that out though.
Me too.
Yeah.
But like, I told you this off camera, but I was like so grateful. I think something in that is giving yourself the space to just live, because at the end of the day, this is life. We're supposed to enjoy it.
Absolutely.
But having people in your corner that see what you're doing and like remind you of that when 100%. Like you're kind of in one of those like funks. Like you did that when I ran into you just randomly, like, get on your podcast. I said, I will. And it helped snap me into it. Like, other people had said it too, but I don't know, something clicked, and I was like, you're so right. I needed to hear that from someone so I can just like remember what I'm here, my purpose, and get back to creating.
Absolutely, 100%. Like, you know, like the cool thing about the brand is that like, I believe in myself. Like, I really like, I was telling somebody last night actually that wanted to do a collab. I was telling them that I believe in myself like delusionally. Like, I'll like imagine myself like $1 million brand, like 50 million a year type. But I delusionally like believe in myself to the point where like someone might be like, are you like what's going on, you know? And I'm like, nah, I believe in myself, but I love that other people believe in it. Like, other people believe in it, they see it, and I'm like, damn, like I can't let them down. Like, they believe in it so much, and like they support, and like they're selling me out. Like, I just can't let them down either, you know. Obviously it's myself at the end of the day, but it's just like
it's for other people too. And I think that you should have purpose outside of yourself too. I think that's important. What's your zodiac sign, by the way?
Libra. Are you Libra?
No way. 10-10.
10-10. Okay, 10-15. 10-15.
Oh my gosh. I was going to guess you were a Taurus.
Really? Okay. How do you feel about Libras, though? We're green flags, right?
I think we are. I mean, Libra men, actually. Shut up. You're cool. You're gonna pass, but no, for real, you guys give us a bad rep.
Shut
up. Oh, no, I'm serious. Yeah, okay. You are. Are you in a relationship?
Yeah.
Well, how long?
About, I think it's like 8 months, something like that.
Aw, yeah. Congrats. That's really awesome.
Thank you.
No, we are signs. Our sign is sign of the lovers. So we like relationships. All types, like friendships. Yeah. We value relationships. Yeah. However, you Libra men are too flirty. Not you.
My girl tells me that too. Oh. But I'm not though. I'm not. I feel like it's just normal to me.
That's what I say too. Yeah. So I relate to you because I've been told that like you always are. You're so flirty. I'm like, what? I'm talking. Yeah. I'm literally just talking to this person. I don't know them. Exactly. So I get it. I think that we're just charming people, like in how we present ourselves.
I like that.
Charming, not
Absolutely.
Flirting.
Yeah. I'm gonna start using that.
Yeah.
Charming.
I'm charming, not flirty.
I hope she does not see this. She's gonna be like, what?
What are you talking about?
Right.
What, do you know what her sign is?
Gemini. Gemini.
Dare I say, soulmates.
Bro, stop. That's what she says, and she swears by it. I'm like,
no, Geminis and Libras are like this.
Oh my god.
Hey, you got my stamp of approval.
Oh my god. She swears by that, and I'm like, all right, whatever. Like,
but I'm not. Well, you won't catch me with a Gemini man ever.
Why?
Again. Scary.
Have you been with one?
I love Geminis as friends because they're so brilliant.
Yeah.
Their minds are so creative. They are so quick, like all the things. But Gemini men, there's something off. And when you look at like serial killers, there's a lot of Geminis on that list.
Interesting. Okay.
So watch out. You better do her.
For real.
Treat her well.
Hey, that's crazy.
That's so. I hope I get to serve you guys.
Yeah, you will.
Oh, that's so exciting.
You will.
What a small world.
It is a small world. Minnesota is so small.
That's what I'm learning. Like, I really like. It is small, but it's big.
Yeah.
I think it's the mentality. Me and my friend Shakira were talking about that yesterday. About like, there's so many creative people in these cities, but for some reason, like. Maybe I'm just outside of the loop right now.
Yeah.
Why aren't people working together more? I know people are trying, but it like seems we don't have like a huge community of that, or am I wrong?
No, you're right. And
I heard people say it's like crab in a bucket type of vibe.
What do you mean by that though?
Like if you're succeeding, other people want to pull you down. They don't want to lift you up. I don't necessarily see that myself. I've had a lot of support.
Yeah.
And I feel like you have too.
Absolutely.
So maybe it's the people you know. But like I've also heard from other like artists and that it's crab in the bucket style, like nobody wants to push you up, like everyone wants their own piece and instead of helping each other succeed.
Right, I can see that. I can see that being everywhere too though.
Yeah.
No, luckily, like, thankfully, man, like, me and a few other friends, we're starting to get together, like, more often.
Yes.
They have a brand as well, and, like, it's good to have that support system, that people that really believe in you, and that people to bounce ideas off of, so I'm very thankful for that. Very thankful for that.
It goes back to it's who you know.
Yeah, it really is.
Because who you know is going to give you what you know.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. It's just like that. They say your network is your net worth. So,
yes. Yeah. No, I really believe that. And if you're just genuine with it, like the energy you put out is what you will get back.
100%.
I really do believe in karma 100%. And all of that. Yeah. So I try to,
Are you like more spiritual, or are you like religious? Like what's, if you don't mind me asking?
No, I love that. Yeah. So I grew up, my dad is very deep in the church. Like he's very Christian. Yeah. My mom, we would go on some holidays. Yeah. I was in a split parent home. So like I kind of grew up in it. When I'd be with my dad, he'd want to go. I personally didn't find church to be my path to God. Like it felt very forced, and it didn't feel like I was just bored, and like it didn't resonate with me. I know there's good to Christianity, but it didn't resonate with me. And then I realized like I talk to God every day, like in conversations, but I don't. It's in my own way. So I would consider myself more spiritual.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Definitely believe in God. I love everyone's right to have their own religion, and I support that. But my pathway is just a little different, I guess.
Right. Mm-hmm. And I love that. I don't like that people put like spirituality, like they think it's like some type of demonic, or like you don't believe in God, but it's not the case.
No. What are you?
I grew up Catholic, and my family's very religious, but I felt like, I don't know, I just felt like you don't have to go to the church to believe in God. And if you have conversations with God every day, I don't know, I don't think religion is necessary. Like I really believe in like, I do believe there's a God, and I do believe in like the universe. Like it just, I don't know. It's a beautiful thing. I don't know. I'm more spiritual for sure. Yeah,
for sure. And I just like, for me, I found a lot of contradiction in Christianity, and I'm a lover of all people. So like, I think when there's like, it's gonna get, I don't care, it's gonna get deep. Like when you're saying like you should be hated for who you love, that shit just like doesn't work for me. Like I just think that if you're a good person and you can love whoever you want, and I don't like hate like that. And it just really deterred me from the church, and just like other things that you could also go down a rabbit hole. I just think it's very contradictory, and I didn't vibe with it. But that's not everyone, obviously. And that's not all churches.
100%.
But just my view of it.
And I kind of hate that, like, it's hard because like you got to be careful what you say nowadays. A lot of people kind of like, you get canceled for shit for saying like your opinion, you know what I mean? And it's just, I don't know, it's hard.
The way I'll post an episode and sit here like, and I know I didn't say anything. I edited it. I put it out. I agreed to it. But it's like, you don't know. Anyone can take anything from what you say.
Sure.
And I think what I had to make peace was like, I know I'm trying my best to be the best version of myself. And I know my intentions are to never hurt anyone. Exactly. I'm human. I may say something that's wrong. Right. That's incorrect, and I will own that, but it's never intentional. Right. And I just had to make peace. I'm going to mess up.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. 100%. As long as you're genuine, coming from the heart, like, you can't, I don't know.
Can't lose.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I agree. Where do you see your vision going from this point forward? Like, what are you working on? Yeah. Where do you want your business to go?
For sure. I mean, like, for this year, I want to work on marketing, and then I want to work with more, like, custom pieces. Like, I've been doing t-shirts, hoodies, hats, but I want to start doing jerseys, table pieces like this, tables, chairs.
Oh, cool. Just, like, really cool. Oh, you have a big vision.
Yeah, like accessories and like actual bespoke pieces, maybe some shoes or like some jeans, something that really custom. You know what I mean? So I want to do that. And then I don't know, I really see it like being a big brand in the future. So,
it will be.
Yeah, I really want to shoot. You know, my first goal is like 10,000 a month, right? 10,000 a month is like my first real big goal, and then I really want to get to like that 100 a month, and then move forward from there.
Do you have a store, or are you completely online?
It's all through Instagram. I'm working on a website.
Okay, because I was looking, okay.
Yeah, so that, I need to get it done. I've been saying that for the past like year, so I need to work on it.
So much to it. Yeah. The work never ends when you're an entrepreneur. There's always something else you can do, so 100%. Give yourself grace. You're doing great. Yeah,
that is true, but at the same time, it's like I got to get on this shit because time flies. You know, I'm 28 right now, and I'll be 35 in a snap.
Do you know how young that is, though? People live to 115.
Yeah?
Yes. If you're doing the right thing, 30 is so young. Like, I'm really, everyone I meet, I'm like, change your mindset on that. Like, you are only as old as you feel. 35 is so young.
Yeah, you're right.
Do you have a pressure because, like, is it a male pressure? I don't know. Like, I've released that.
Yeah. I guess I just want to I want to have freedom by the time I'm like 33.
I can understand
35.
that.
I want to be able to, like, not worry about money, do what I like to do. Just have freedom. You know, that's like my main goal in life.
That is mine too. Yeah. Like just stability.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Never having to worry, so I can just create and live my life.
Yeah, exactly.
The dream.
100%.
We're gonna get there.
Yeah.
100%. One day we're gonna look back and like, on our private islands.
Yeah, for sure.
So you want to expand everything. Do you have a team that you work with? You have a good community around you, but do you have like a set team of people that like marketing that you work with?
Yeah, I mean, my team is pretty much just Steve with designs, Diana with the pictures, and then, that's pretty much it. I mean...
You do everything else.
Yeah, the only other team I really have is for events. My guy, Kevin, he's the bartender. Great. Every time
Shout
I do
out Kevin.
Yeah, he's mixing the drinks, people with him. He's a good person. He's cool. So I got him, and then I got Miguel and my cousin Chris, and they help out with, like, selling the product. So they'll be at the table...
Oh, nice.
Taking in money and giving people the product.
But you're doing all the financials, all the communication.
Everything else I take care of. So
yeah, that's
a lot of work.
That's a lot. People don't see that part. Yeah. They see the product.
Yeah.
And then, I can go on Canva and do that.
Yeah.
Baby, there's a lot more to it.
It's a lot. But it's fun, though. That's the thing I really love about this shit is, like, the journey. Like, I love the ups and the downs, and like sometimes you'll cry, sometimes you'll fail, sometimes you'll lose money, sometimes you'll make money and you'll be happy. You'll meet the right person, something will happen, you'll get scammed. Like I love like the ups and downs. It's beauty. It's beautiful.
You know what? Amazing. Yeah, I need to start embracing the whole entity of it all. Because those hard times are hard, but once you get through it, you feel so good.
Yeah.
Like, I really got through that. I had no idea what I was doing. I just had Google University. I got through it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you do have to learn. Like, I wish schools could teach us that stuff and set us up for entrepreneurship better. Yeah. Maybe some schools are, but like I didn't have that experience.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
But you live and you learn.
Yeah, but like you said, man, shout out to Google and shout out to like YouTube. Like that's pretty much all we need nowadays.
It is.
Yeah.
No, I'm so dumb. I deleted TikTok.
Why?
I thought it was gone.
Damn. Okay.
I thought it was gone, and now I can't get it back. And I tried to download it. I was like, okay, I'll come back.
Yeah.
They said it's not available. I said, no. It'll come back eventually. I'm sure.
Yeah. Hopefully.
How do you? I know Instagram Reels is not doing it for me, right. But I will say I've been much more productive, so maybe that's a good thing. Sure. How do you balance? Because you said you're in a relationship, you're a Libra. These things are important.
Yeah.
Now I have to get to some of the stuff I like.
Yeah. For sure.
How do you balance like working and a relationship. Because one thing that I've noticed, and I've talked to the girlies about here, and specifically the Twin Cities, y'all men are just like grind, you gotta grind, and we're not looking at a woman seriously until I have this business. And it's like, I get it, I do get it, but like, you don't even know if you're gonna make it to 35. Why are you putting all your eggs in your basket like that? Like, experience life.
Right.
How do you balance it?
It's hard. Relationships are so
Are you bad at it?
I think I'm like decent. I'm decent. Yeah, like I feel like it could be better, it could be worse. I don't know. It's hard.
I feel like you're bad. I'm getting the vibe. I'm just kidding.
It's hard. It really is.
It is, because having your own business and your own project, it does take a lot of energy. Yeah. It really does. And you do owe it to yourself to put that energy into it. So I understand, like, there is a time where you do have to buckle down and focus.
Right.
But I just feel like you should also be able to, a healthy life is balancing.
Yeah, and it's hard because, like, with the subcontracting, like, sometimes I'm gone for, like, a full week out of town, and she'll be like, what the hell? Like, so it's really hard. But she seems pretty solid, and she seems like she's very supportive. And, like,
that's so important.
Yeah, because you don't want a girl that's, like, or a guy that's always on your ass, like, hey, like, why aren't you here with me? Or, like, where you at? Or, like, whatever. So I just feel like I found a good partner. That's
good. It is. It's finding the right one that understands your life and like you're both making sacrifices, but like both putting in the work to make it work too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You need a Scorpio.
Scorpio.
You know that's a Scorpio.
I'm just saying.
Why do you say Scorpio?
Scorpios are toxic. You need that.
And you want me to have that in my life?
You don't seem like that.
Do you know how much toxic men I've been through? I'm okay. I give that up.
Okay, I was gonna say like the balance, right? Like you seem like you probably are toxic, but you seem like you're more like balanced, more like smooth, chill.
Yeah.
But you need like some excitement too.
Can I have it like in a healthy way? Like, why do I gotta be toxic?
That's the only thing though. Like, it's like, it's not the healthiest
thing. I can't like. No, I say this, I just gave men shit for being grind, but I kind of get it at the same time, because right now I'm like, I don't even care about that.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I've been through, like, I mean, there's good experiences too, but like, yeah.
And you gotta think about it though, like, if you're in a relationship, you don't want to be with a guy that's just like sitting there. You get home from work and like he's right there playing video games. You're like, what the fuck?
I do need somebody who's on a similar level.
Yeah.
I thought about it. I was like, would I be better with somebody who has a 9-to-5 and like has the stability, and then I'm the crazy one? No.
Right.
Like we both have to be a little insane that we're chasing this life of unknown.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is your partner like in the creative field?
No, she's a nurse, so she works that like.
God bless your soul. She's perfect. I'm just saying. I had a few more questions. Cool. This is going so. Thank you. You're so good.
Thank you. You're great at this, for real.
Oh.
I think you just need to like. What do you think is gonna take you to the next level? Is it like finding the right guest? Is it getting your like studio set up, or like?
I think it's the studio. I think it's I think it's having the studio, like just upping the quality.
Gotcha.
Like I want to improve my audio. I want to improve the video quality. I want to get different cameras to have different angles. Like I just want to improve the content and staying consistent. I know it's consistency.
Yeah.
And it's like we just talked about, doing it alone. I love doing it alone. I love all the stuff, but it's so hard to maintain every single week.
Right.
So I'm trying to find strategies to like get myself ahead of the game. So I've been like bulk recording, and I think that will help me stay consistent. But yeah, once I start improving everything else, I think it's going to take off.
Cool.
I believe in it. I believe in it. Yeah. And it's fun. It feels right.
Yeah.
It just, yeah.
I can tell you're not forcing it. Like it's very like, what's the word? It's just like authentic.
Thank you. And this is actually more for myself.
Yeah.
So think of a person that's like, let's say 18, or in their early 20s, and they are wanting to like get into this creative field, but they just have nobody in their life that has done it, and they have no idea where to start.
For sure.
What advice would you give that person?
Yeah, absolutely. I've always told myself like sometimes it's weird. Like I'll sit down to myself and I'll like look in the mirror and I'll be like, hey, it's 5 things, right? I'll tell myself, if you're consistent, if you truly give it your best, if you're disciplined, if you never quit, there's a 5th one. But as long as you do those things, it's inevitable. Like you're gonna win. You're gonna win. Like but you have to truly give it your best. You can't like half-ass it.
The delusional part.
Yeah, like you really gotta believe in yourself. That's the most important thing, believing in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, or if you don't believe in your product, no one's gonna buy that shit.
Did you ever have imposter syndrome with it? Like when you were launching, or did you just this is gonna hit? This is gonna be a hit.
Nah, because I saw it. I'm like, bro, like if the thing is I drop shit that I would buy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And like I saw like the first shirt. I'm like, bro, I'd buy this shit in a heartbeat. You know, but it was like that. It was nerve wracking though, because like I remember the first event, I was with Steve, a few other vendors, and it was like I think it was like a 6 to 9 event, 6 to 9 p.m. And it was like 7 o'clock, and like only one person was there, and I'm like, fuck, bro, like no one's here, like what the f- happening? Mm-hmm. And then I'm just like getting nervous. I'm like, my head's going crazy. Mm-hmm. I'm like checking my phone. I'm like, what the? And then like 30 minutes later, people show up. We sell out, and I'm like, thank God, like.
But that feeling, you needed to feel that though. Yeah, I think it was intentional because you needed to be like, oh, it could go this way, and then it was like, just kidding.
Yeah, I'm glad I felt that though. Yeah, I hate that feeling, but I love it. You know?
And then when you get past it, you're like, why was I so afraid?
Yeah.
Like once you get through whatever you were nervous for, you're like, that was not even that bad.
Yeah, 100%.
My anxiety can get the best of me sometimes, but it's like once you push past it, you feel so strong.
Yeah,
and capable of anything.
For sure.
Do you ever want to expand beyond this business?
I think this is gonna be like what's gonna bring me my like income. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that the money that I'm looking for. And then obviously just investments like real estate and like stuff like that, crypto. But I think this is my main focus though.
Yeah.
Until like I'm making the money that I want, and then obviously
then you can play with it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to get to that point 100%. Of having then you can just start opening spots. Like
I
have so many random dreams that I would love to bring to reality, like a cannabis coffee truck.
Oh, fire.
How cool would that be? Right, I make a really good one. Like I mix it in the creamer.
Yeah. Fire.
So good. But like things like that. Like once you have capital to play with,
absolutely.
Life gets fun. So
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
we're in the building stages of it.
100%.
One thing that like inspires me when I like have that imposter syndrome, I've been watching a lot of documentaries on people, like even just like the David Beckham one.
Okay.
I don't care about soccer, but like watching it, he was somebody who was so good at his craft and like experienced a lot of hardship in the beginning. Like we see him as we see him now. Right. Who's at the peak of his career, or you know what I mean? Like he's very well known, but there's like so many things that they had to go against in the beginning, and like seeing other people go through it, I'm like, these are like your battles, like your battles that you have to go through now. It's all gonna pay off. Just keep going. So like you said, staying disciplined.
Yeah, and I need to watch more stuff like that, even if it's not about clothing. Like I watched a little bit of that Kanye one.
I did too. Yeah,
and that shit was so fucking inspiring.
He's a Gemini. That's what I mean when really? Crazy like that. But he's very but creative. Yeah. Like that was really inspiring to me
really
too.
Was though. Yeah. I gotta watch the full thing and watch like the first episode or some shit, but
I was in awe. Like he really documented his whole life. He just knew.
That's the thing. Like delusionally just knew it was gonna happen, and
that's why I feel like we really are gonna make it.
Yeah,
because I really am delusional with this.
Yeah. I know. I mean, I'm gonna make it for sure.
Yes, for
you
sure.
gotta think that way too.
We're gonna make
it. Yeah.
I can't wait to clip this in 50 years.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, no, like I did think that documentary was really cool, and just the way to see how his mind works and like. Yeah. See where he's at now. That is kind of sad to see how like the media turned on him, but like he's interesting for sure.
He's definitely a character, but I fuck with him.
Who else inspires you, like a celebrity?
Celebrity
or well-known person?
You know, not even like celebrities, but what does inspire me is like I think his name is George from Represent. It's a brand out of like the UK or some shit. But he's making $70 million a year off clothing, and I'm like, bro, like if I can get like 1% of that or like 10% of that, you know, I just see him and I know it's possible.
That part, and what my mind just went with that, it's like I've never even heard of that man, and he's making $70 million. Like that's you don't have to get in front of everyone; you just gotta get in front of
exactly. Like even these like smaller brands, like I know a few people in Minnesota making 6 figures a year. Like
it's possible.
Money,
you just have to figure out the right way to go about it.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I'm really trying to work with some brands, and like not even just for my own benefit, but I like to like lift other brands up and like show or use my platform to emphasize other people's careers and creative projects. So
100%.
Yeah, I think it all comes together. Do you have any like dream collabs?
Oh fuck yeah. I mean, just like everybody, like
top three,
Stussy. Stussy's like the original like first actual streetwear brand. I don't know if you've heard of them.
I haven't. That's cool though.
Yep. So Stussy.
Where are they based out of?
I think they're based out of Santa Ana. which is in California. I believe so. So Stussy, I'd love to do something with Kith. Kith is like a New York brand, you know, super high end. And then I'd probably say, I don't know what's a brand. Let me think. I'd probably say like I'm a Leon Dore. You know, it's another New York brand that like high end, like it's just super nice. Elevated streetwear.
I'm being so humbled right now. Like, I don't know any of these. Like, I love street style. I don't even know where to start. Yeah. Like, I just don't have, like, I can put together an outfit to go to the club, but, like, to really dress, I want to, I need to grow that.
And area. I want to really dress, but those fuck shirts are, like, $500 now. And I'm like, bro, like, see? What the fuck?
Like, again, going back to our Aeropostale days, like, I can't almost even, like, justify paying money for that, but some people will. And it's not, it's not to the brand. It's just like, holy shit, $500 for a t-shirt. You know
damn well they're making this like $10. It's just like, but I get it because that's what I want to do. You know, it's all about the name and the quality and like it holds value. Like Louis Vuitton, you know, they're selling for $1,000 and people are buying it all day. So
you will charge someone $500 for a t-shirt?
Nah. Maybe like, I mean, I'm at like $50 right now. I think that's fair. You know, it's kind of high, but it's also like
your own business. Yeah. No, I get that. No, 50. I feel like that's just as 500 is just crazy.
500 is crazy. So
good for y'all.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Shout out to you guys. You know?
Shout out to y'all. Yeah. So real. This was a question I had for you.
Yeah.
You travel. You said you traveled to California a lot.
Yeah, I did.
So why? What's that like? It's because it's not just for family. It's for business.
Yeah.
So what are you doing when you do that?
Well, with Cali. When I was traveling to Cali, I think this is what you're talking about. I was for like a whole different thing. That was for like weed and like shit like that.
Oh, cool.
You know, but I have traveled to like when I was doing the hats. I did a pop up in Chicago, which was dope. You know, I sold out, which is amazing. Like it's really cool to like sell out in a state where no one knows you. Like I don't have family, I don't have friends. You know, so did that. My first real pop up was in Houston. I had put out 300 hats, sold out. And that was the first time I ever, like, traveled to somewhere where I didn't know anybody. You know what I mean? And there was a line outside of people wanting to buy this shit. And that's the first time I ever made, like, I wouldn't say real money, but, like, that's the first time I ever made, like, $10,000 in, like, 2 hours, 3 hours. You know, and that's where I'm like, okay, it's possible. Like, if I can do this right now with hats, I can do this with clothing.
Oh, my God. If I made when I make 10,000 that quick... Yeah. No one's gonna recognize me. Oh my God, I'm taking everyone out to eat. Everything's on me, guys. I'm about to act different.
That's how I was, but I'm not doing that no more.
No, you have to do it like one time. Okay, get serious. Right. Oh, that's so cool. It was amazing. You know how big that is?
Yeah.
I feel like you're not grasping.
Right.
That's huge.
Yeah, it was great. So it was nice to see that kind of like. It's nice to see that. And you know, you reap what you sow. Like I put in so much work and effort, and you know,
it paid off, and it's gonna keep paying off. Yeah. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you.
My gosh, I'm excited to see what's next this year, 2025.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm excited for you too. So.
Thank you. Yeah. Me too. Astrologically, I love astrology. This is the year of the Libra.
Is it really?
Yeah, we've been through apparently the last 16 years or some. Been going through some things, so it should be easier. Right. So this is our time. This is the Libra era.
I'm with it. I'm with that 100%. So let's do it. Before though, do you believe in Chinese astrology? How do you feel about that?
I think there's probably truth to it. I mean, I feel like I definitely can see it being like ancient truth to that, but I don't know much about it.
Okay, for sure. I'm just curious about it.
Do you know anything about it?
A little bit. Like I know like 96 is my year. I'm a
you're 96?
Yeah.
I'm 95.
95. You're a rat. And you're...
I think I'm like a pig or like a...
Yeah, exactly.
Rooster? I am a pig?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because my girl's 95. She's a pig. And, you know, I was telling her, they were saying like, you know, astrologically, that pigs are going to have, like, they're going to go through it this year. And I'm like, I was telling her, like, she got mad. She's like, why are you telling me that? And I'm like, I'm just letting you know, like, what I saw. You know what I mean? Yeah.
No, I was really like 2024 is my year. Like these last years didn't matter. Like I'm built now.
But that's the thing. Like I'm like, is it like, because like Western astrology is like the whole Libra thing, the zodiac.
Yep.
Does that like, is that more powerful than like Chinese astrology, like Eastern?
I feel like I would go with the Chinese astrology. Yeah. Like, they just know, they know some type of wisdom. I would go with that, but like, you know, who knows?
Yeah, and I don't really ever let that like
control
me. Like, you can't.
Yeah.
You gotta do your best.
What I like about astrology, like, I will stay up to like, what the going on in the stars, because when people are acting crazy and crashing out all around me, I'm like, what's going on? Right. And there's always, they say there's always an answer, but like, it's just like a blueprint. Here's an idea of what could happen. You take it with what you will. Like,
100%.
Let it play out.
That's exactly what I do. It's just like a little like, blueprint.
Like the weather, checking the weather on the news. It could rain. Does it always?
Yeah. We'll see.
No, I love astrology. But anyways, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for.
No, seriously, I
appreciate that.
I learned a lot from just speaking to you, and I feel very inspired because, like,
thank you.
Hearing about your journey and the stuff that you overcame, like, is motivating to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think my situation's compared to yours. Like, you are really big time, but like, it's helping me. It's motivating me to like, keep going.
Dope. Yeah. Thank you for having me. This shit motivates me because I'm like, okay, someone wants to interview me. Like, I'm not doing it right now, and like, that's cool.
That's so crazy. You see it that way.
I do see it that way, and I've always seen it that way. You know, not until like, which I don't know if it's a good thing, but not until like I reach those goals. Like I said, I want to hit 100,000 a month on this. But that's not always like, I don't know. Sorry.
I'm going to challenge us both to just be very grateful for the stuff that we have done.
Yeah.
Because I'm the same way. And I'm like, when am I ever going to feel like it's enough and I made it?
Right.
I'm never going to if I'm not appreciating where I'm at now.
Right.
I think that's the key to it. So we got this. Cool. Proud of us.
Dope.
Keep growing.
You too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll plug your stuff in the description below. Yeah,
dope.
But
thank you so much.
Definitely buy. Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yay!
Thank you.
Sounds good.
You killed it.